And I say with great emphasis that thought in its very birth, in its content, in its expression, in its action is fascist. Maybe quite different from the political ideology called fascism, but it wants to control everything. One basic demand of us all is that we believe, and also there is a need to believe in things, and that is exploited by not only the spiritual teachers, past, present, and probably the teachers set to be born, will force us to believe in something what they are saying. And the political ideologies are exactly the same. All the political ideologies, nothing but the warty outgrowth of religion. Because I was born in a religious atmosphere superimposed on that the theosophical atmosphere, I was surrounded by the holy men all through my life, see, especially in the formative years. And I found, rather I was intrigued when I discovered that there was a dichotomy in their lives. What they preached was one thing, and the teachings and their preachings didn't produce the results. They blamed the followers, saying that the teaching is all right, the teachers are all right, something wrong with you. So I said to myself, nothing can be wrong here. Something is wrong with the teaching of these people. If the teaching doesn't produce the results, something wrong with the teacher as well. See, then the sentimentality comes into the picture, and we cannot so easily brush aside the teachers. And the teachers that were around me were the imitants of the great teachers that mankind is supposed to have produced. And this was really my problem. You see, I did not call them hypocrites, I did not call them this, that, or the other. But why am I interested in enlightenment? Because I was brought up in that atmosphere. The be-all and end-all of our existence was to attain enlightenment. And then when once the whole traditional background went out of my system, I switched over to psychology, to science, to modern contribution of the thinkers of our today. And I didn't discover anything original there. So I go to the extent of saying that there is nothing original in anybody. I can say that the thoughts I think are not my own, the feelings I feel are not my own, and the experiences I experience are not my own, because all my experiences are born out of the thinking process. So there is nothing original. I have a friend who is one of the top film directors, and is also the biographer of my book. And I tell him always, don't quote the source, you're always original. And I discovered in my own way, and I still maintain, that this human body is nothing but an extraordinary computer with tremendous innate, inborn intelligence unparalleled. And so I somehow it hit me one day like a lightning or an earthquake that there is no such thing as enlightenment at all. And why the hell have I been pursuing this, wanting this? And everything that is there in the book I have, through the help of my own thought, experienced myself. Anything that is there you can experience. Is there anything that I can experience I do not know? So it occurred to me, and still I maintain, that what you do not know, you cannot experience. What we know is always a second-hand, third-hand knowledge that is passed on to us from generation to generation. And then that switched on to me and put me in a situation where I wanted to want something which nobody else wanted. Everything I wanted, you see, was what they wanted me to want. Is there anything that I want other than what they wanted me to want? Then I found that there was nothing that I wanted to want other than what they wanted me to want. But it never occurred to me that is also a want, to want something that others wanted me to want and not to want what they wanted me to want. And so it hit me so hard, like an earthquake or a lightning, and finished the whole thing. And what happened? Has anything happened? I don't even know. So I am certain that there is no such thing as enlightenment at all. And this certainty that dawned on me as a result of flushing out of everything that everybody said and experienced before you, left me with the extraordinary way this body is functioning. So the people always ask me the question, are you enlightened or not? To me, there is no such thing as enlightenment at all. Anybody who claims that he is an enlightened man and sets up a holy business, it's his affair, and it is the tragedy of those who follow such people. And at the same time, I'm not interested in condemning those people who have set up holy business to enlighten other people. It's not my business. You see, they have to find out for themselves and by themselves that they are all taking them for a ride. Just the way I found myself, that I was misled, misguided, and ended up a misspent man. So it's not my interest to free them. I'm not a missionary in that sense, to free them and free them from their teachers. You see, there is a demand, obviously they are supplying the demand.